And look who's here now, Tom Homan. He served as the acting ICE director under the last Trump administration. Tom, how does Trump deal with sanctuary cities and states which refuse to cooperate with deportations?
Well, first of all, let me talk about that multi-billion-dollar number they're putting on this. It's a lot cheaper than the billions of dollars we're spending now on housing, medical care, feeding, caring for millions of illegal aliens that this administration released into the United States. First of all, it will be a cost savings overall. But how we deal with sanctuary cities, the same way we did the first time. President Trump sued the sanctuary cities. DOJ was in the middle of a lawsuit to take federal funding away from them. However, it didn't get done during the first administration. So when the Biden administration came in, President Biden instructed DOJ to drop that lawsuit. So we'll take it back up and we'll hold the sanctuary cities accountable.
It'd be difficult to deport the migrants unless you've got ICE on your side and operating properly. You just heard Governor Healy there says Massachusetts police won't assist in deportations. Can Trump strong-arm these people?
Well, look, if they're not going to help, they get the hell out of the way. Here's the difference. Under the Trump administration, we're going to take the handcuffs off ICE and let ICE do what they do best, right? I mean, let's remember, under the Obama administration, there's a record number of removals, right? We have a record number of removals under Trump, and it's going to be the same way. And it's unfortunate, but I'll say this. A lot of sanctuary cities are working behind the scenes with ICE right now because of all the crime, because of all the numerous young women that have been, sexually assaulted and murdered. There are actually a lot of sanctuary cities working behind the scenes with ICE as we speak. I talk to ICE every day. They want to help because they understand this is a criminal problem. And let's make it clear. President Trump has said, and I've said 100 times, this deportation operation, the priorities are going to be public safety threats and national security threat. They will be the priorities. And no one should be pushing back against removing a public safety threat from the streets of this country and protecting our citizens.
We have reports that massive migrant caravan heading towards the U.S. Reuters says it's reportedly shrunk to half its size because Trump won. What do you make of that, Tom?
Oh, absolutely. I agree with Steve Miller. Why waste your time, energy, and especially your money coming to the United States when you know you're going to go home? Save your money. Don't sell everything you own to give the criminal cartels to swim across the river because you're going to be deported. There's a right way and wrong way to come to this country. I can't blame anybody that wants to come to the greatest nation on earth, but you got to do it the right way. Enter the country illegally is a crime, and you'll be held accountable to that. And let's remember, President Trump already gave Mexico a warning. Either you take action and shut down this caravan, or there will be consequences. Mexico has allowed nearly 12 million people to come to our border. 12 million people don't pass through Mexico and come to the United States without the assistance of the government of Mexico. That's going to end, or there will be consequences like President Trump threatened on the first administration.
But essentially, they've got until January the 20th before Trump becomes the president of the United States. And so we're living with Biden's border policy until then, in which case they can come across, and they will.
Well, they absolutely will, but the government of Mexico needs to take action to stop it, or President Trump will give them consequences. He's already put them on notice.
Yeah. Would you go back, come out of retirement, and be the next ICE director?
Come out of retirement the second time? Look, I told the president, if he needs help on a mass deportation, needs help securing the border, I'm on standby. Give me a call.
We got you on tape, and that's great. Tom Homan, great to have you on the show, as always, and we'll see you again real soon. Good luck, sir.